Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a diamond. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, girl, I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My breath is sitting in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knives through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks, you Decepticons. Fake rappers that retreat like Cobra. 80s looking for they like. Up in the swords and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja turtle rap, turtle glance, get defeated. High samurai, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a diver. Bad attitude like Maracas, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up?
Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, get up. The early bird gets the worm. And honestly, I was finishing up my cereal. That's why. And I was trying to get the I was trying to get the thumbnail to upload. So it's taking me it was taking me a minute to get on, an extra 5 minutes to get on. But today's show was sent to me by my man Andre Ware. And I titled this, "Was Black Panther a Fluke?" Because there's a reaction video that's going to sum up that Black Panther was not a fluke. And I want to get into this reaction video. This reaction video comes from We Ourselves. They've been doing a lot of good work as far as like their production and everything, man. I'm super happy to see where they go in the future and everything. So of course I'm going to do a reaction video to We Ourselves. I've done a reaction video to them before, but when you ask that question, it's actually legitimate. Was Black Panther a fluke? And the reason why we say that is because Why Habs in the Studio did more in effort to support what this actual movie was. So that's what I'm trying to see. We already know that Black Panther wasn't really kind of accepted by the wide range majority in Marvel Disney, because we've already seen the reports of that. We already seen the Lupita Nyong'o article about that they wasn't really keen on Black Panther being a hit. You know what I mean? So that's why I titled the way I titled. Black people stopped coming to me just reading the titles and be like, "Boo! I hate your commentary. It's so clickbaity." Because I was gonna record this Joker, but I went to sleep. But anyway, hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Get over at the Heavy Get channel. But you already know what it is. You already know the question. All right. Let me see who is all in the hizzy for shizzy right now. Robin D, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Robin D, Brother Juma, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And of course, if you like what a brother be doing here, you like my commentary, you like my selling, whatever. If I entertain you, make sure to like and subscribe. You see what Robert D put down. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, especially if you like this video. And make sure that you go over to We Ourselves, man, and go and subscribe to their channel also. I believe they're doing some really good stuff over there. So make sure that you guys check them out. James Willis, Dr. James Willis, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Maji Khan, it's good to see you up here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Dr. James Will said, man, fresh cut. Who cut your hair in KC? Me, that's who. Did I do it? Get right, I did it. I had to bring that old Miss Go. Get right, I did it. I've been cutting my Brother Willis, I've been cutting my hair ever since I was 13 years old. I got some clippers when I was 13 years old for Christmas. And I legitimately been cutting my hair since then. From the bald heads back in the day to learning how to fade, I literally taught myself how to cut hair. So, but appreciate it. You know what I mean? Was it the braids? That's what they was talking about last night. Is it the braids? But I ain't cutting my hair. You know what I'm saying? When y'all catch me on some food games, I'm suing everybody. Yeah, I said it. I'm saying it now. Suing all of y'all. Y'all start turning on me. I'm putting y'all with documents. Oh, man. Do your network. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, Berta, the church IT, you see I didn't cuss. I muted myself. I muted myself. Andre Ware, shout out to Andre Ware for this video too. Shout out to him because he's the one who sent me this video. Was like, I think you should check it out. You know what I'm saying? I guess they even mentioned my name in here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So again, We Ourselves. Watch this video. Hit me up on IG. Let's collab one day. You know what I mean? Let's do something. Whether it's pre-recorded or whatever. Let's just get together and brainstorm on some things, man. I would love to work with you. You know what I mean? So again, shout out to them. What up, Torian? What's good? Good morning. What up, Dre? I thought you stayed asleep after missing your overtime shot. You know what? You keep hitting me with these old jokes. Well, I know you drinking the purple stuff. You ain't even drinking tangerine. What was it? What was it with Tang? You drinking the purple stuff. It said, Dre, I be trying to learn. Hope you going to Arrowhead this Sunday. It's cold in KC today. Man, I wish. Trust me, I wish I could go to the AFC Championship game, but a brother broke. I'm broke. But I wish them nothing but the best. We've seen this, 3 out of the last, 3 out of the last 4 years we done played them. Matter of fact, the last 4 years or something crazy like that. So I wish them nothing but the best. But the thing is, if Buffalo wins, I gotta go buy some Buffalo gear and wear that Buffalo gear on the show. If they don't win, though, Blue gotta wear some Chiefs gear. I would love to see it. I'm down for it. And I heard that some of their secondary is hurt. With D-Hop, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy coming back. It's gonna be 37 degrees in Kansas City. That's kind of warm. I can't wait. I'm excited. American Niji Girl, what's up? Good morning. Sheed, my guy. It's Sheed. What's up? Good morning. Torian said, I'm drinking the clear stuff. H2O, that is. You drinking that purple stuff. You drinking that purple stuff. When you go in there and the only black kid in there like, yeah, I want some of that purple stuff. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Jay Davis. And you know what was crazy? I like Washington because of one guy and one guy only. And I'm not talking about Doug Williams. Shout out to Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. But Sean Taylor is one of my favorite players of all time. And I just got me a Sean Taylor. I was actually going to wear it today. I decided not to put on, you ought to see my last Ronin shirt. But Sean Taylor, RIP to Sean Taylor, came from the U. That's when I was a real big U fan too. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that he died, man. The way that he got murdered, I hate that. Well, I'm a big Sean Taylor fan, so I got me a Washington, it's Redskins. Well, I got me a Redskins jersey because of Sean Taylor. You know what I mean? But yeah, always been a big fan. I will rock his jersey. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? What? I'll rock his jersey anytime, night or day. RIP to Sean Taylor, one of my favorite players of all time. Just was changing his life too. It hurts. That still hurts to this day about Sean Taylor's death because I was invested as I was a real true fan of his. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you know, that gotta give it up. And I love what Jaden Daniels is doing right now. You know what I mean? So yeah. Who was cutting up? Who was acting the fool last night? Who was acting the fool, especially with old Blue? With old Blue, I can't wait till Mika come back. Woo. You can't wait till Mika come back. Ryan, what's going on? What going on, my brother? What's good? What's good? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. All right. I done got to all of those. Let's get to this reaction video. Black Panther was not a fluke. Let's get to see what We Ourselves is talking about in this video. And of course, like I said, if you haven't checked out We Ourselves, check them out. To me, I think they're doing really good work. I like reacting to their stuff because they do give some really good points. You know what I'm saying? And again, if I disagree with the points, it doesn't mean I don't like them. I disagree with the take. You know what I'm saying? If I agree with the take, I agree with the take. That doesn't mean I'm meat glazing either. So y'all need to stop it. And I'm talking about y'all on X. You know what I mean? Some of y'all on X be, you know, I'll be watching the comments. I'll be going back and see who retweeted and what they said. I watch. All right, let's get to it.
Without change, something sleeps inside us. The sleeper must awaken.
Hello and welcome back to another We Ourselves video. And today
And again, check out We Ourselves again on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the channel. To me, I believe they have some of the best editing. They have some of the best editing for a channel that doesn't have a lot of. I truly believe they're going to blow up. I truly believe. I know a lot of people's like me. These are the guys who constantly make good videos and stuff like that. Great editing. You know what I'm saying? I'll get there. But I believe in these guys and what they're doing. And I believe their editing and everything is really great. You know what I mean? Let's keep going.
I want to talk about something that I find troubling. And that's this perception and this belief in our community, the black community, that the first Black Panther movie was a fluke, or that the movie was lightning in a bottle, or that the first Black Panther movie was this once-in-a-lifetime cultural touchstone, and no movie coming after it, i.e. Wakanda Forever, could ever hope to equal, let alone top what the first Black Panther earned in the box office.
And you know what? I agree. I've seen that conversation a lot. That's one of the reasons why people are going so hard against recasters, because we've seen the potential that a strong male black lead can do, especially the way that he was introduced. Remember, I gotta put that caveat on Black Panther when if somebody says, well, you don't have that same love for Falcon. It was the way that Black Panther was introduced. We all know that Black Panther is a lead of his films or his comics. He's always been a lead of his comics. He had iconic moments in the comics that you can't take away from him. So the anticipation once we saw him actually drowned out the reception to Spider-Man. Because remember, Black Panther and Spider-Man debuted, as far as the MCU debut, in Captain America Civil War. So it was the debut. It's the way that he was presented. He was presented in one of the most badass ways. It really overshadowed Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was remember, Spider-Man was advertised in the trailers, in the advertisement. But Black Panther, T'Challa, was the one who took it over the moon in that film, even though the film itself is great. So that's why recasters are looking at a strong black male alpha lead continuing the story of Black Panther and what it could be able to do, not only for the psyche of young black men and women that's out there, but what it could do to change the perception of black film in America, especially black superhero films that we haven't had really since Spawn, as far as strong black alpha male lead of a movie. Now, I could be, and Blade. Let's not forget Blade. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, that's why recasters and a lot of us in the recast T'Challa movement is looking at that. Let's keep going.
I just want to say this today. That is not true. And I want to tell you why.
The hero worship. I want to go
with all of this
worship,
talk about recasting T'Challa or recasting T'Challa as a variant in all the live streams and the group live streams and the individual videos and articles and posts, and I watch and participate in all of those things. But I have noticed that some people are saying that what happened in the first Black Panther movie can't be replicated. And this reminds me of the Blade video that I did about Mahershala Ali's Blade. And when I quoted in that video how Mahershala Ali wanted his Blade movie to be his Black Panther. I had people who came into my comments and said, well, that's not possible because Black Panther was this once-in-a-lifetime cultural event. It was a...
And this is the problem that I have with a lot of black people just being happy to be there. Let me just say this, and I got to put myself on camera. I'm gonna get back to this because I want to say this to black people. I want to say this, and I want to. Matter of fact, I'm about to change this whole entire thing. Let me say this because I want my big ass forehead to be on here so I can say this. Stop acting like you're happy to be there. You deserve. You're supposed to be at the table. Not only do you deserve to be there because of your hard work, you're supposed to be there. Stop acting like we're just happy to be at the table. You're supposed to be there. You belong there. All this just happy. You know how many times I get tired of the happy to be here conversation? Especially from black people, young black people especially. Younger black people, you guys are your late teens, early 20s. You ought to say some of y'all middling in y'all early 30s are just happy to be there. No, you deserve to be there. You're supposed to be there. If they don't think you're supposed to be there, show them that you're supposed to be there. Stop caring what these people think and just be there. Do you. Stop being happy. And stop treating everybody like we're just happy. Good, we just happy to be here. These white folks this, these white folks that. Dog, I grew up in the 90s where black cinema shined. Where you had some of the best black cinema. Not taking anything away from the 2000s. But I'm talking about in the 90s, you had some of the best black film because we wasn't caring about what you talk. We just went and did it because we're supposed to be there. Act like you're supposed to be there. When I played football, when we scored a touchdown, they told us don't dance because you're supposed to be in there. Get in there again and again and again and again and again. Stop acting like we're just happy to be there. Oh, I'm at the table. I sure we is happy to be here. No, you deserve to be there. And you're supposed to be there. The whole notion that we can't replicate this and we can't do this and we can't do that is a slave mentality. It's a victim mentality that we need to break. I can't do this because I'm in these shackles when you could break the damn shackles. These are the same people that go to church and they talk about break every chain in church, but don't want to break the shackles of their mental capacity to think outside of what they see in front of them. It is sickening and it's sad. Clip that. Let's get back to the reaction video.
A touchstone, and no Blade movie by Mahershala Ali or anybody else for that matter could attain the same thing. And you know, at the time, I just kind of let that go because we're talking about two different franchises. But as people get into this discussion about the reality of finally getting T'Challa back in a recasted Black Panther, I'm finding people are repeating this, particularly in defense of Wakanda Forever. And I have to say that this is not true. And I remember when Wakanda Forever came out and I was talking with my friend about it. And of course, I didn't like it, but he was trying to defend it. And his defense at the time was, well, every second movie in the franchise does worse than the first one. And of course, I said that's not true because just off the top of my head, I could think of...
Look. As soon as he put Terminator 2 Judgment Day and Aliens up there, I already knew where he was going. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. It is so incredibly dope. So incredibly dope. You can't tell me that Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And honestly, you know, Batman Returns is not a bad Batman movie. You know what I mean? You can compare it to the first one, but it's still a good sequel. It's not a horrible, you're not looking at that like, oh God. You know what I mean? Empire Strikes Back. Thank you, Nas 360. You know what I mean? Like, there's good sequel movies. I've always said, if Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man 2, you're absolutely right. Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. It's fantastic. But I've always said this. I've always said, if Black Panther Wakanda Forever was just a totally different movie, it'll be a good movie. But because it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we're talking about Black Panther and what they did to the Black Panther, I can't rock with it. I cannot rewatch that movie for the life of me. Doing research, I cannot watch that movie. It's hard. And it's because my feelings are so tied into what they literally used Chadwick Boseman, his death, to promote that movie. I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't. There's nothing in the fiber of my being that can rock with that. And I'm not the type to get on Twitter or to get on social media and just bash this, bash that, bash this, bash that, because I ain't got no time for it. You know what I do? Just don't watch it. I don't have no time to be sitting up there and my Twitter fingers get to itching and get and doing all of that when you can just do the obvious thing and just don't participate, just don't watch it. That's literally a movie I have not bought. And I bought a good majority of Marvel movies. I have not bought that. I can't support it. I don't care. It was $9. $9 on Fandango through Vudu. I can't buy it. I can't. It's just every fiber of my being, like, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. And yes, is it emotional? Yes, there's good moments. There is good moments of Wakanda Forever. Queen Momona's speech, you know what I mean, at the UN or whatever, it's fantastic. Some of the acting in there is fantastic. I can't rock with it though. I don't care how good it is. Or it's $10, $9.99, whatever. I can't do it. That's it. So I get it. I get why people defend that movie. I get it. I can't watch it. It's hard. It literally, let me get back to the video. But with that video, with that movie, it's so sad because I know what they did. I cry because I know what you did, not because the death of Chadwick Boseman. I know what you did to make money off of this movie. For one, you use that man's death to profit and you kill the character. And I'm supposed to be okay with that. Let's go. Enough of that.
More than one movie, a second movie in a series that did better than the first. Just take two iconic examples, both of which were done by James Cameron, by the way, and just look at them. The second Aliens film, plural, did better than the first Alien movie and became far more widely popular. For one reason, the first Alien movie was a horror movie. And it was the first iteration. It was the first step in that universe.
Yes.
Whereas the second one, it had more humor, it was action and adventure, and therefore it had appeal to a wider audience, not just here in the U.S., but around the world. The second example, also from James Cameron, was the second Terminator movie.
2.
The first one was a hard R sci-fi movie that I remember me and my little brother stayed up after our parents went to bed and watched it on one of the streaming services, one of the cable services. But the second one had more appeal. And it did way more than the first
numbers.
one. And it also revolutionized the way special effects were done in these types of movies. And that's just two examples. There are plenty other ones. But when I was talking to my friend, it made me realize, why are we comparing apples to oranges? Why don't we compare apples to apples? By the time Wakanda Forever came out, we had, 12 years of MCU established process. It was the most successful film series of all time in America box office history. So my thing is, why not look at the MCU? How good or bad did the second films in an MCU series perform?
Yes. And I think I brought this up because Captain America, the first Avenger, compared to Captain America 2 Winter Soldier. Captain America 2 Winter Soldier is a masterpiece. It is. Captain America 2 is a espionage thriller. Just so happened to have Captain America and Bucky in it, and that was the introduction of Falcon in that movie. Again, when I talk about the introduction, when I talked about the introduction of Black Panther and Captain America Civil War compared to Falcons, it's totally different. It's the way that he was introduced that made everybody like, damn, okay, Black Panther's kind of a badass. You know what I'm saying? And he was conflicted because even at the end of the movie, he got a chance to kill Baron Zemo, and he didn't. So now we're dealing with this internal conflict of this man, you killed my father. So what should I do? Should I kill him back, or what should I do knowing that I'm about to be king? It's so many layers to that character, to that movie. You know what I mean? That goes, it goes from Winter Soldier to Captain America Civil War. The introduction. Falcon wasn't introduced like that. He was just introduced as a counselor and different things like that. He had to work his way up to badass status. That's why they gave him a show, because they never introduced him to where he's just a complete badass. And you like, damn, Falcon over there putting in that work. Remember, Falcon and Bucky got worked by Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. Let's get to another one. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy introduced the characters and everything, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is phenomenal. And it starts dealing with internal struggles of who's your family. You know what I mean? I have that personally. My family, you know, my blood family compared to my friends and who I consider in my tribe, in my circle. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I give my people in my circle more credence and more love than sometimes my family, just because. You know what I mean? And that's what that movie is about. You know what I mean? Now, it's not like Iron Man and Iron Man 2, because I think Iron Man is better than Iron Man 2. I think Thor Ragnarok, the third movie in the Thor series, was better than Thor the Dark World, even though when I go back and look at the Dark World now, it's not that bad of a movie. And maybe, just maybe, I judged it too harshly. But I think Thor Ragnarok is a little bit of lighter tone, and like he's talking about, mass more appeal. So what I'm saying is, it could get better. Is what I'm saying. Let me keep going. Sorry.
When it came to the MCU, the majority of the films, the second films in the sequence, they did better financially than the first. In fact, at the time, and this is before Captain Marvel or the Marvels came out and really, skewed the research. But at the time, there were 9 movies within the MCU that had a second movie, a sequel. Mm-hmm. And out of those, 6 did better at the box office, far better at the box office than the first movie. Only 3 did not. That being Age of Ultron, which even though it still made over $1 billion, it did not do as well as the first Avengers movie. Yeah. The second was the second Iron Man. Depending on what you did with adjustments for inflations, there are times when it just eked out more than the first movie, and then there were times when it didn't. But even there, it was still neck and neck with the first one in terms of box office earning. And the third example at the time was Wakanda Forever. And it had the worst performance versus the first movie of any of the MCU movies. Up to that time, it was just these 3 movies out of the 9 Marvel movies that had sequels, and Wakanda Forever was the worst performing sequel. And that's what I said in my video. So the idea that Wakanda Forever could not be as successful as the first Black Panther, it didn't make any sense because in the MCU, that's exactly what happened. The second movies were better than, or if they weren't, they were right there neck and neck with the first movie. Wakanda Forever was the one that broke that series. And the reason that it wasn't as successful as Black Panther was not because it was inevitable.
I am inevitable.
It wasn't because Black Panther was this cultural touchstone that we can never touch again. No, Wakanda Forever wasn't as successful as the first Black Panther because of the decisions made by Ryan Coogler, Nate Moore, and Kevin Feige.
Exactly. Thank you.
The idea that our thoughts become our reality is critical when dealing with a group mindset. The talking points and agreed upon narrative after Avengers Endgame is a perfect example of this concept. At the time, just about every YouTuber out there had a similar statement when they talked about the success of Endgame, that the MCU will never reach the heights of Endgame. It's like, why are you speaking this into the universe? Why are you saying that the MCU will never reach the heights of Endgame? If you believe that and you get all the tens of thousands of people with all their watch hours to agree with you, then it's like you're trying to make that your reality. And I know a lot of people want to back away from that, but what did the Jedi say? Your thoughts become your reality. We got the MCU that we wanted. The MCU is falling on its face. So if you were one of the people that said we will never attain the levels of Endgame, well, you got what you wanted. And so when I look at people now who were saying the same thing about Black Panther, what makes me afraid is that we ourselves, we are the ones that are making ourselves accept less. We are speaking this into reality, and it is affecting our thoughts. And our thoughts are becoming our reality, our default way of looking at things.
And what did I say? I said, we act like we're not supposed to be at the table. We act like we're just happy to be there. We just act like that. We're supposed to be there. We've had profitable films way before MCU even existed. Now, it may not be on the level of these big blockbuster films, because think about it, action films, why they call it the summer blockbuster? Action films always take, a grand amount of money during those times. But we have monumental films that change the landscape of the way that we look at cinema. Black films. Let me say that again. Black films has changed the landscape of cinema. But let people tell it, we can't do that because it's lightning in the bottle. Is it a fluke? I think it's a fluke.
Panther wasn't a once-in-a-lifetime achievement. Its success was purposeful. First of all, and again, not to offend anybody, but when we do that, we're not really respecting the hard work that went into make Black Panther. We're not respecting, Chadwick Boseman. We ourselves are not respecting our own people. You're not respecting what he did when he said, we're not going to speak with British accents. We're going to learn the African dialect, and that's how we're going to speak. It was purposeful when he had African drummers come on set from time to time to play the drums because he was invoking a certain type of spirit and energy. Black Panther was introduced in Civil War. There was a setup for it. They knew they were going to use Wakanda as one of the battlefields, so they set it up early. Then the placement of the movie and all the hard work that went into the music, the hard work that went into the costumes in which they got an award for, all the thoughtful and hard work and the research into bringing all these elements from all of these different African cultures into the Wakanda costumes and clothing, which paid off. All of that was hard work by a lot of people to make this movie successful. Then you add in the fact that this character, it was the first live action iteration of him for a character that's been around since the 60s and has generations of fans. And now you're going to introduce this character to them it's a lifetime dream and you're going to introduce it to the world. It wasn't lightning in the bottle. It was all the ingredients that were put together to make it work. Look at it this way. We just came out of the holidays. Say you went over to a friend's house or somebody's house and they made a special dish or they made a special dessert and it's the best thing that you tasted. If you sat back from the table and patted your stomach and you said to the person that made that good meal, you know, that was lightning in a bottle. You'll never be able to do that again.
Exactly.
Do you think that's going to be a compliment to them?
Exactly.
Do you think they're going to take that as a compliment? Do you think you're honoring them? You're insulting them because they're going to look at you and say, what do you mean it's lightning in a bottle? You know, I prepped it. I got all the ingredients. I've had experience cooking this. I put all of this time and effort to make this meal and you're saying it's a perfect meal, but now you're telling me that it's a once in a lifetime thing that I can never do it again. It's ridiculous when you put it that way, but that's what we're doing when we say that the first Black Panther was lightning in a bottle. It wasn't. It was preparation, talent, and ability, and timing, yes, but all of those things went into making it. And so my question is, why are we so ready to accept less?
Didn't I just say that? That's why, like I said, we need to stop having and I'm saying this. Let me just stop saying we, because I'm not worried about what nobody else do. Me, I need to do a better job of showing people and telling people how great we are. I need to do a better job to tell people how special we are, that anything that we touch is just not a one and done project. It's just not, lightning in the bottle, that we are special. I'm gonna give you an example of this going on right now. The movie that just came out with Keke Palmer and SZA. Do you know it's well over in the 90s on Rotten Tomatoes, on critics and audience scores? And it beat out The Wolfman just this past weekend. That's how good the movie is. Guess what it had? Black leads. Not saying it's going to be in $1 billion club, because that's different when you're looking at these big budget franchises. But stop acting like we are not good. Stop acting like we are not great. Stop acting like that table doesn't have our name on it. Stop acting like I can't pull out a chair and sit right down right there and do what I do and it be successful. It's all about what you think. And I talked about propaganda and marketing. I talked about that.
In my opinion, our willingness to
dream.
accept less is almost like a programming that kicks into motion when we're ready to tear ourselves down. And I like what Dre Mack said, and shout out to him for talking about it in a recent show. He said it's the advertisement, and he had the example of how we can all sing the lyrics to all these old commercials. I remember seeing a guy talking to a group of young kids, middle school kids, and what he was doing, he was proving to the teachers that these kids have an amazing capacity to take in information. And so he played all kind of music, even country music, and they can identify the songs. Then he started singing jingles for corporations, and they were able to finish the jingle in time, in tune, even for life insurance. What the hell does a middle school kid care about life insurance? But they knew the jingle for the life insurance commercials. Why? As Dre Mack says, it was repeated and repeated and repeated. And so for us, there's this advertisement that to recast T'Challa is disrespectful. That Black Panther was a once-in-a-lifetime cultural touchstone. It was lightning in a bottle. All of these things that we have been advertised to, these commercials, these ideas that have been played over and over and over to us,
we was even advertised, not to cut him off, but we was even advertised that T'Challa, recasting T'Challa, was disrespectful. It was advertised to us. Why? Because when Kevin Feige said it, all the big influencers repeated the same thing. So if you went against the grain, what everybody was saying, what do you think they're going to say? They're going to regurgitate what they hear. They don't have a mind of their own. They want the Oscar Mayer because they know the jingle, not knowing what is in the damn baloney. All you want is the product because they sold you and market you the product. They don't care if horse hooves or pig or pig snout is in there or whatever. You know the jingle. Give me that baloney. My baloney has a first name. You see how easy we could be programmed? So if you think about it, when all these anti-recasters was coming out and they were just repeating what everybody is saying, like I said, when people start repeating that T'Challa can be T'Challa and people want to argue with you and throw out sign language, you know what I mean? People who's associated with bigger YouTube channels tagging me on Twitter. Yeah, I know who you are. I know you normies. I didn't forget because I still got smoke. I didn't forget. You normies was out there talking about, well, T'Challa can be the same thing. You just need to tell the story with Storm. You can age him up and you forgetting all the stuff that makes T'Challa T'Challa. But when you say that, they call you stupid and they call you names and all of this because they cannot argue the facts. You can't argue logically because you don't want to. Oh, yeah, I'm still coming from the smoke. And I got a loud pack in that smoking session for you normies. Because I know who you associate yourself with, and that what makes you get your numbers. You follow along with the crowd. What did the Bible say when they talk about leading the sheep to the slaughter? That's you, and that's your crowd. But see, people like me, we turn away with me. People like me and other people that think for themselves, oh, we see the logical part of this. We don't have to bring out, you're misogynistic because you don't believe in what we're talking about. You just don't like it because a woman is Black Panther. No, that's not it. Because if we thought like that, then why didn't Professor McGonagall take over as headmaster of Hogwarts after the actor died that played Dumbledore? Could have just had a Professor McGonagall. She could do it. She right there. No. What did they do? Recast. Because Dumbledore is a vital part of that story. Duh. Logic. Think. If the title of the book is called Black Panther and I open this thing up and it was like, oh, wait a minute. T'Challa? That's T'Challa, right? Let me see. Is there more T'Challa? Look, more T'Challa. Look, more T'Challa. Look, T'Challa. You know, T'Challa fighting Killmonger. More T'Challa. It ain't the Shuri show. It ain't the Dora Milaje show. It ain't Wakanda Forever. It ain't the Wakanda show. It's T'Challa. Not T'Challa Jr., not T'Challa Sr., not T'Challa, not T'Challa, not variant T'Challa. He's the main character story. Think. Use your brain. But a lot of y'all brain is full of mush because y'all just follow celebrity worship anyway. So it doesn't matter what you think or what I say. Let me keep going. Because I'm going on a tangent.
These words and these ideas, they became our reality. Again, like the Jedi says, your thoughts become your reality. Well, what they said, we are now saying, and by saying it, we have changed our thoughts, and now our thoughts are our default reality. We default to taking less, agreeing to less, because we have been culturally conditioned to take less.
Yes.
And so, again, shout out to Dre Mack for talking about
shout
that.
Out to
but
we
I
are
wanted to go
ourselves.
deeper. It's like, well, why are we susceptible to this advertising, to
get
these
them on the
negative
show.
programming that
Need to
gets
get them
us
on the
to
show.
accept less? It's because we have been culturally conditioned to accept less.
Yes.
Why? Because of what we've been through in this
Yes.
country.
Yes. That's why this channel will blow
The Department
out
of
the
Justice
water.
recently released their
I can't wait
report
for
on the
them to blow
Tulsa,
up.
Oklahoma massacre. And it wasn't a race riot. That was the propaganda that was done by the newspapers at the time. What it was and what the report shows, it was a coordinated, almost military type attack on this successful Black community. They used this racial incident as the starting point, but the people around Tulsa, Oklahoma were organized. You had thousands of white men, women, and children who came in to terrorize, torture, and unalive, and more importantly, to steal and pillage from the Black community. There were already stories passed down by survivors that the white people came in, was putting on their clothes, were taking their things out of the house. Well, this DOJ report substantiated that. You had people who rolled up trucks to Black people's house to loot it, which is odd considering that fake viral message that went out that showed a Black person who was clearing their house in California to get away from the fire, and they called them a looter, and then that thing gets millions of likes or retweets or whatever. That is the racial violence that happened that helped to traumatize and seep that message into our very DNA, our genes, epigenetics and stuff. There is a study of that. How we pass down the trauma. So that it has become part of our very fiber in our very being, so that now when we have something that is successful, we ourselves are the ones who put it on a pedestal. That's how we take it out of the mix. We put it on a pedestal to where it can never be achieved again. That's our default way that kicks in, that subroutine that kicks in, that helps us to keep that success safe. Yep. We put it in a safe place that is removed from our everyday world, so that we think by putting in that safe place, it will not be taken away from us. And we do that to ourselves. As Ray Mack says, we've accepted the advertisement because we are susceptible to it. We have been culturally conditioned to be susceptible to it. So when somebody gives us a narrative which is meant to dampen what we are doing, to dampen our success, we ourselves latch on to it and we take it and we run with it. It's a default survival mechanism that we have to get over.
And this is one of the reasons why I don't like to child being raised in a single mother home in Haiti. I don't like it. Why? Because what is the stereotype? Now, I could be able to bring up black people. Matter of fact, let me just do it. Let me do this, because I want to show you. And of course, because the way statistics is raised or is put on here, it's not going to be, as accurate right now, because data changes every day, so it's going to be a little off. But let me share this tab real quick. This is blackdemographic.com. Especially when we start getting into these things that, about black people and black people not being raised at homes and different things like this or whatever. This is what I could go to. You know what I mean? That black people, black people's being married, separated, divorced, never married, and everything like that. But the reason why, because I want the image, just the image, because right here, 50% of us has never been married, right? 31% of us has at least been married, but this is, we're talking about a two-parent home. And the only thing that I want to be able to be shown is a two-parent home. So we can have something to look forward to, something to aspire to be. Yes, does divorce happen? Yes. If you notice, it happens in every culture. Some are lower than others, but black divorce is almost no different than white divorce. And by number, and I'm talking about sure numbers, white people divorce more than blacks by the number, not the percentage, because we are a lower percentage, right? But only thing that I'm looking at, and I want to be shown, it is something that, again, because I grew up in the 90s, 80s, 90s. I'm a little kid in the 80s, teenager in the 90s. Is when I looked at, you can say whatever you want about Dr. Cosby. Look at what he propagated on film. Do you know colleges, the enrollment in HBCUs went up because of a different world? Like I said, it's the baloney technique. If I know what's in the baloney, I don't give a damn if Oscar Mayer, what's Oscar Mayer's name or what the baloney has, a first name. I don't care, because I know what's in the baloney. Because I've separated myself from the propaganda to the baloney, right? If I know that this is our reality, that we're in a gender war, but something is propagating. Hey, do you know that you can be able to be a unit, a family, a black family with a black father and the black mother raising a child? That's why I don't like the line, and it's a line in Black Panther Wakanda Forever that said, "Your Baba prepared you for his death." This is Wakanda we talking about. What you mean? How you gonna prepare this little kid for a death? Where you had technological advances that kept Bucky alive. You had technological advances that kept Everett Ross alive. But the king dies and a black man wrote, 2 black men signed off on that. How, Sway? It bothers me. Because all I see is gender wars, black men this, black women this, black man this, black man that, black women this, black women that. And you have an opportunity to show a king and a queen. I don't even care if it was Malice from the composition of Bill. You could have had that opportunity to show a positive family dynamic. That's why I have a problem with Ryan Coogler. That's why I have a problem with Wakanda Forever. Because you had that opportunity, but they killed the character, so you don't get that. And if that movie is that much of a cultural phenomenon, just think about the thinking that people will start doing when they really see king and queendom. Let me get back to the video.
When we do that, that is why we shut down Real Legacy. What we are calling legacy is nothing but memorials, because we put that thing up on that pedestal and all we can do is gaze at it. All we can do is memorialize it. All we can do is have chicken dinners once a year and talk about it.
Yes.
We memorialize this great achievement that happened in the past, but we never see how that was a foundation for what we should be doing now and into the future.
Absolutely.
That is real legacy, and we see it in front of our face every time. We pay for it. We go and watch these things. I said, that Spider-Man No Way Home movie was the end all of any argument against recasting T'Challa, because you had 3 iterations of Spider-Man in that movie.
Exactly.
And they did not take each other out. They were not catfighting. They were in there together, and the first 2 acted like older brothers to the current one so that they can pass the mantle to him so that he could be a good Spider-Man in his universe. And you see that he divested himself of all the Tony Stark Iron Lad stuff, and he made his own suit like they did, and he went out at the end of the movie as Spider-Man. And we were part of that audience disproportionately that got that movie almost $2 billion. We celebrate when other people do it in their community, but we don't do it in ours. We want to fight with each other. We don't want another Blade. It only can be one Blade. Again, memorializing Wesley Snipes before the man has even died. We don't need Mahershala Ali. And they know that. And that's why they play with us. We got to get out of that one and done mentality. I understand some of us don't realize that we're doing it as a default survival technique. We're afraid to have something that's truly good. Not all of us, some people, they don't care. People like Beyonce, they go and do what they're going to do no matter what genre they're in. That's why some people are saying we need to have the same attitude that Beyonce has. And I agree with them.
This is mind you,
I just saw a music.
Just mind you, beside my rant, this is a excellent video. Make sure to go in, like and subscribe to their channel. I love doing their reactions to their videos because they're so well thought out. So make sure that you like and subscribe to We Ourselves, man. They're doing a masterful job in this video. Masterful.
Documentary not too long ago done by Calvin Michaels. He's a brilliant young storyteller, and he has done a lot of music documentaries on his channel. Well, he just did a documentary on Mariah Carey, and he showed how she had hit song and album after hit after hit for over 20 years. Some of us look at what we did before and say, we're going to do better. That's true legacy. That's why I'm hoping that Aldous Hodge stays with Amazon and his series, and he does Alex Cross, and he makes that his definitive role. That is true legacy. When we idolize the first Black Panther movie as if it came down from the mountain, that Moses himself brought it down from the mountain and is untouchable or unmatchable, we're essentially doing what the anti-recasters are doing. I understand that we're doing it as a default survival technique, but we got to get beyond that. We have to leave behind the one and done mythology. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about today. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share the video. And I will see you the next time.
The sleeper has awakened!
All right, this video was amazing. It was amazing. And again, I'm very, very passionate about what I believe and what I say, because I've seen us at our greatest. I've seen us at our greatest. And again, because I've seen us in a capacity, especially like I said, Boomerang. They didn't want Boomerang to be done. You know why they didn't want Boomerang to be done and why I played it? Because they didn't believe in the movie. For one, Eddie Murphy even said they didn't believe where the white folks at? Like, you can't have a marketing firm with all black people. That's like, it almost was foreign to them. You know what I mean? It was almost foreign to them. So that already tells me what I need to know. So that's crazy that we still have that mentality to this day. You know what I mean? And if you like this video, you like to rip, make sure to like the video. Like it. Like the video. We got almost 40 people in here on YouTube, 1 person on Twitch, and 6 people on X. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that like button. Coming to America, it's just positive black, like you said, Gray, positive black representation. That's it. That's all I want.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
You already know I gotta wrap it up. Yeah, I went on a tangent. Yeah, I called some folks out. I don't care. Because I'm gonna argue this to the day that I die. Why? Because I see how great we are, how great we can be, and we should be able to continue to be in that greatness. Don't be woofing on this gangster stuff and be, oh man, white folks ain't gonna let us do this. Stop it. If you want something, go get it. Take it. It's yours. You were born and raised in this country. Go take it. Go take it. Why can't you? All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mac Show. Go ahead and subscribe to We Ourselves. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you like what I've done here, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, man. You might disagree with me. That's okay. We can have a conversation about it anyway. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and power, y'all. Enjoy your Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Because obviously, I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.